Okay, hello Zico. I'm going to be honest with you. I forgot that you sent this on the 29th. It's now the 5th. I strictly lied. I didn't exactly lie. You said from what I hear, you've been busy. I haven't been. So here we go. Going to be casting into LeBlanc, and with the rest of your team comp, like this could be a match where you would run Ignite instead of the TP. It's hard to say unless like you really have a read on who, like the skill level that you're playing into, and things like that. Because if we look at the other lanes like Gangplank, Kai'Sa, and Nautilus, J4 doesn't really have to gank these lanes first and second rotation, so then it just leaves mid lane. And so long that you're playing mid lane well, then you can receive the gank from J4, even though it's LeBlanc to KASSADIN, because she's going to have to use her W to deal like meaningful damage. And then when she does, that opens you up. And then the Ignite is pretty important because she has such low HP. It cuts out her corrupting potion if she ran that instead of like a D-Blade. But then even, regardless of what she starts, you're cutting through some HP. And then whenever she's invis from the passive, it's also burning her down. So yeah, that could have been something, but not a humongous steal. So let's go ahead and get to lane here. Oh, stupid stuff happens level 1. They invade. Okay. So we see that LeBlanc starts W, and then you ward here. If anything, I don't know, hard to say. This ward can be okay. Your ally staying to contest this is crazy, but LeBlanc comes to lane. Q, auto. If you pull the LeBlanc a little bit further, because she's going to get that electrocute proc, right? You have Conquer instead of Fleet too, so. Because you move into her for the Q. If you keep moving back here, she has to move further into the minion wave. And then if you want her to W the minions, that can also be good because then she'll take some of that damage. She's not going to kill you, She's not going to deal any really meaningful damage, but at least have her W the minion so that the wave's pushing towards you. Because that's kind of like ideal for her to use the corrupting potion to get it going at least. Since he started it. Okie doke. Enemy jungle is Poppy, I believe. Q, missed that one. Auto. Here comes 3 autos. Oh. No wiggling at all. Okie doke, and then we receive the wave. She hits level 2. And then as she hits level 2, this is too far forward for you. There's no minions in lethal range, so if she wants to, she can W forward, and then auto Q, and that's just damage built up on you. It's not going to be lethal or anything, but it's a habit to avoid. I mean, there's the auto Q W. She takes some damage, but the damage might not... I mean, it's okay. It's KASSADIN. We're winning. That trade is winning, but damn it. If the LeBlanc's better... If the LeBlanc's better, or it's a more ruthless champion like a Lucian, you would really be feeling it. Okay, so you Q the LeBlanc, for what reason? All that we have going for us right now is that we're waiting for this cannon minion to die. J4 is going to do Gromp and then Scuttle. So it's not like we're setting up a lethal here exactly. You are building up damage, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to do it like that, 2 points into the Q, and then be right here so that the cannon minion aggroes you and then moves into you. But everything is just fucked up. You Q too soon, not 2 points in it. You don't move up so that the minions aggro you, so then they'd move in, so then you could auto W, or let the cannon even take a turret shot, like... And then you have to move inwards, setting you up for LeBlanc's chain, auto, and then... Like, that's so much damage that you're not getting back. It might not be the end of the world because LeBlanc sucks and blah, 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 but like, you have to avoid that damage. Okay. One thing with the Q too, whenever you start the door and shield, you don't have the mana to spend on the E. It's basically always going to be level 4 we get E, unless something weird's happening. We're getting an early gank. Okay, so we're getting pushed in. J4 can't gank this. Okay. That's so weird. I'm so surprised it's not like a LeBlanc chain. A LeBlanc chain into Poppy just like being right side mid. Okay, 2 points Q. Blanc misspending her mana, and now we're in a pretty okay lane state. I would say that it's pretty hard to die from here. Even if you can only get the cannon minion XP, like this is still okay. In my eyes. Okey-doke. So if you Q the minion like that, you get the CS, but the LeBlanc then can then damage you. So, like, I'm not really seeing that she has a lethal right here. So you can just try to walk up to the minion and then hit it. And then if she's going to spend abilities on you, that's when you use the Q. But you do have to be watching if it's going to be her Q or her W coming out before you use the Q. Because now, if you move up to the wave, like, you're screwed, as you can see. It's so much more awkward. And then if she W's the wave too, again, you get it pushing towards you. It's fine to take that damage temporarily to achieve a much greater lane state. So let's go back to where you Q the minion. So walk up to this minion and Q. She's going to auto you. She can Q you. And then she can't really land an E without a massive error. And if she W's, it damages all 6 of them. Big guy, that wave's coming into you no matter what. Sets up J4 for a gank, gives you safety if he doesn't come. Like, everything's good to go there. She has no corrupting potion charges, like she takes the minion aggro temporarily. If she W's in and then really spends some time to land the E as well, you can get an auto W, that's a whole bunch of damage. If you have ignite, she's dead, like everything, you know. Yeah, but this is just too safe. And like, if you're just a little brave, right, like this can't happen. Because you can't use the E in the minion wave. But then you have to move in, so then you have to move back. So whenever you play too safe, you're too far back. And then you have to move back in. It's the same way where you spent the Q on her before you had to get the cannon minion. Those sequences are so important, man. That's like everything of like enduring the enemy melee versus ranged. So it's good that it's Kassadin where it's painfully, like brutally honest of like how things play out. Okey-doke. We farm this wave. This wave's been a little mismanaged. What the hell happened? This wave crashes. Okay. Oh, the melee minions go past. Whenever you're farming a wave under turret and the next wave's coming in, it's nice to move past it and then hold it like right here. Because if it's just barely past that line, the melee minions are going to kamikaze into the turret for whatever reason. So there goes the 1, there goes the 2, and now the wave's slow pushing towards LeBlanc, which is like the worst fucking spot to be in. LeBlanc's coming back with item advantage, your jungler's not going to be there in time for this wave, and it just puts you like in the easiest gank position ever. So there's not much to fear, just walk up to the wave and try to hit it. You're dead anyway, so no reason to play back. Okie doke. Poppy shows bot, congratulations. Q that, auto. You gotta auto W whenever she's gonna attack you or else you're missing out on way important damage. So, a response to this without even looking at it. So your wave's screwed. And then the Poppy's full HP. Are you going to kill a level 4 Poppy as Kassadin right here, right now? I'm not exactly seeing it. Oh, yeah. Okay, now we can. But not with LeBlanc coming. And the mistake here is spending yourself for your ally. J4 is yours. He's your support. You don't support the J4. You're Kassadin. Okay, so this is rough. I don't know what the hell you're doing. I have no clue what the fuck you're trying to achieve here. The wave's coming into you, she's pushing it out, and you ulti E. That's 100 damage. You Q is 100 damage, so that's 200 damage for like a lot of mana. And then another ulti forward. And another E. And then not a Q onto LeBlanc, I don't understand. If the LeBlanc is just like standing her ground, then she really beats the shit out of you right there, but she's freaking out. Okay, can we get lucky in the bot lane? We got nothing to lose. Let's head on down. Ay, 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 ay. It is a Poppy, so you'd be chasing the Poppy into her jungle. But like if you wanted to, it's a flip that's not going to be that big of a deal if you miss out on one minion wave mid. Okie doke. So we go down again eventually here. Ooh! These sort of spots though, man, like every single time it's like you're too safe, so then it gives the LeBlanc an advantage. If you're simply like standing your ground, then everything is so much easier to play, and you have to Q the LeBlanc. You can't be spinning the Q. Auto attacks on the minions, abilities on the champions. The wave is even here, you know, you're not getting pushed in. The wave's even, so abilities on the champions. So that's like at least 100 damage missed out on. Do. Oh yeah. And EUS LeBlanc is slain. Okay, so now comes the casting cleanup crew. This becomes the entire game. I love this part. So if we can get to this point of the game, I would say around level 8 is when you start coming online on KASSADIN. You know, at least you're a champion by then. So if you can get to this point without those like massive errors, so in the earlier parts of the lane, you have to be willing to take some damage if it means that the enemy is going to push the wave into you sometimes. And in this matchup, LeBlanc has her W to damage the wave, so level 1, obviously we're going to get zoned, and then the first like 3 to 4 waves is in LeBlanc's control, and then whenever the wave's pushing back, it's about spending your mana for the wave, not for damage onto her, unless she has like a massive error, or if you're trying to pull the aggro from the minions because your Q is a single target ability, aggroing the minions, pulling them towards you, but you have to be at least like right here, you know, for things like that. You're always just right out of range. You want to be playing at least in this area, because in this area, you have the ability to pull the LeBlanc into you, and then you're really playing ball. Back here, you're giving up everything, so then whenever you have to move back into that position, it becomes a misstep. But if you're in this position to begin with, and then you can wiggle around in it, then everything's good. But if you're too far back, you have to move back in, set you up for LeBlanc's abilities, and even just the auto attacks, and it's all screwed up. And it's going to be like that for other matchups too, but even more brutal. And then that's quintessential like melee versus ranged. You play at your max range, but then also the enemy's max range. So here's those lines again. Here's the zone we can kind of play in, but then here's LeBlanc's like max range. Dun, 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 something like that. And then LeBlanc can dash to extend her max range immediately, and then has access to her auto attack, Q, and E, and then that changes things. So you have to factor that in sometimes. But man, at least play in this range at the max range of the LeBlanc, because you always have to do this sort of tethering. And if you're not doing that, then you're not even playing, and if you're not even playing, what the fuck's the point? Okie doke. This was what I was talking about. So here, this wave's going to come into you no matter what. So you can let that minion die or try to walk up and CS it and then respond to what LeBlanc does. If she moves forward, maybe we back up. Or we can auto attack another minion. Or we can Q her, pull the melee minions into us. But if you Q that minion, your Q's on cooldown. There goes the magic damage shield. And then you zone yourself again too far past like the max range. Dun, dun, dun. So here's LeBlanc's-ish max range. So you could at least be in this area. Okie doke. And then whenever you have to move back into that range, it then exposes you. So you move into her max range, so then she uses the dash past the wave, and that's going to set her up for everything, and everything's fucked. But if you were just existing along... Shit. If we were existing along this line-ish, then we don't have to move back into range, and everything's okay, because it gives you the leniency of the movement. So man, oh man, if you can get that down, God bless. Everyone will think you're faker, literally. Everyone will, like, it gets so good. And then don't spend yourself for the jungler. You are fucking KASSADIN, don't forget it. God's gift to solo queue KASSADIN. How are these map states ever achieved? You got me. Okay. Janitor casting, collects his 2, gets the reset, gets a Kindle gem. Why do you get a Kindle gem? You can sell refillable, get Amp Tome, Ruby Crystal, and then you're just sitting on more useful stats. Maybe the ability haste is good for KASSADIN, I'm not entirely sure. But just in general, it's something to think about. 400 gold for Kindle Gem is 50 HP, 10 ability haste, versus 20 AP from the Amp Tome. And at this stage, you don't need the refillable against LeBlanc anymore. Okie doke. So let's see if the ability haste comes into play. I'll be learning something as well. Let's slow this part down. So as we return to lane, you start trading, except your J4 is bot side. So you have to keep that in mind. Your J4 is bot side, and where they just fought, and the enemy jungler didn't show, it kind of shows you that the little slow on the E, that the Poppy is going to be top side. Again, you're too far back, so then the ulti goes wide. So you're just right out of max range, like just right out of it. And then you have to move forward, and then LeBlanc moves backwards. So then the ulti just misses. That's such a good example of why you shouldn't be at, like, just out of range. Like, if you're just on that right line and then standing your ground, then you're literally going to get more damage off. So you miss the ulti damage, and then the E's been up for, like, you know, that should be the next thing, like, after the Q on your mind to spend. Okey-doke. Moving out of lane here is, like, really, I don't know, it can present some risk, but Poppy was topside. I don't know what you're doing. Like, what the fuck is the goal here? You Q the cannon minion, and then E ulti. LeBlanc's right there. He's just not going to spend any abilities on you? Like, let the wave come into you, big man. Misses the E, Qs. Congratulations. You can achieve these similar things, but with such, like, less just whatever the hell this is. Like spending 3 abilities on the wave and then still opting into the fight. LeBlanc double fucking Qs. Jesus Christ. Alright, so LeBlanc right here. She can QE, auto attack, kiting. And then when the E connects and then stuns, she throws the next E and then auto attacks you in between those two. And then a W right on top of you with the ignite. And then you're fucking dead. Ay, ay, ay. God bless whoever the fuck this LeBlanc is too. I'm freaking the fuck out. Ay, ay, ay. So, anyways, what I was saying, whenever this wave is coming back to you, if you stand your ground and then do the wiggling, you can still achieve similar sort of like sequences where you can attack the LeBlanc if she opts into trading into you. So we just be doing a back and forth here. Fuck off. And then the LeBlanc would, if the LeBlanc moves forward, that's when you would ulti on top of her. You don't really have to care about the minion wave. And then even when the minion wave's coming in, you can do this same thing, except the LeBlanc will be further up the lane, giving you more distance to run her down. Okie doke. So we killed the LeBlanc, crash the wave, reset. We have the crown. We get the boots. Wave comes into us. Yo, 2 question mark pings, and I think they got the idea. Okey-doke. So they keep fighting top. Let's get 2 plates mid. Okey-doke. We get the 2 plates. LeBlanc stays top. Now you have the option to go top lane. Once you've got like those 2... once you got the 2 plates, then you can like look at top lane and see if you should go or not. Not moving the camera, not seeing the LeBlanc's HP and shit here is super just, come on. You're a KASSADIN. We're the cleanup crew KASSADIN. Let's go get those kills. If they're there for us, but you're not looking top, you're not looking bot. You have both options right now. But if you don't look, you don't know. We do get all the turret plates, but it'd be nice if we saw what the hell was going on in the side lanes. Okie doke, we're rich. A Medjai's. He came to win. Level 8 Poppy invading at fucking 14 minutes. Malice's nightmare, am I right? Q, E, auto, W. Can we get an ulti, big man? Okay, so she's channeling her ulti. If you ulti right here, she's dead. I'm almost... I don't know, I'm pretty sure KASSADIN ulti beats Poppy ulti too. I feel like I got the little raptor. Whatever. Okay. Back to lane. Get the turret. LeBlanc comes back. Our bot lane's dead, so let's 1 wave mid and then reset, get Sorkpin boots and go bot. You kill the 1 wave. Okay, you 2 wave, and then our bot lane has gone bot lane. This is why we like to 1 wave and then reset so that our fucking bot lane swaps with us. But here we are in the mid game. Resetting mid. LeBlanc has gone bot. There's no one mid lane. Okay. Hi, Rakan. Do you have any friends? Figured. Rakan no W. You can ulti EQ. We have the crown. It's not like they're going to one-shot us either. Once again, just too far back, you know? Rakan, no ability. Like, he has abilities, right? He has his ulti, but it's no big deal. It is no big deal. They can't kill you. Give it a chance. Play ball. Get out there. Score a touchdown. You know what I'm saying, though? Okie doke. You don't have to just give them this wave entirely whenever they spin the Rakan W like that. Okay, please go to a side lane. You have a chance to reset here. Actually, no, let's stay on the map. Fuck that. LeBlanc's dead. They already pushed out bot. But if you guys are A-ramming, like, do Rift Herald, invade their jungle, or dive bot or something. Like, ping for any of that to happen. Otherwise, you're just waiting for the enemy to make a mistake when, like, you can be the issue at this point. J4 Nautilus, try to engage. You and Kai'Sa follow up. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as just walking into them here in the mid game. Poppy showed on the map. She wants to die. Rakan no W. Hextech Flash Nautilus. Just go in. There you go. Get the ultis going. No need to kite either. Because who are you ulting into? Rakan and LeBlanc. Are they going to kill you? No. So I don't know what this movement is. This movement right here. Stay on this guy. It's a level 8 Rakan. It's a level 8 Rakan. It's a level 8 Rakan. Flashes? Oh, ultis, never mind. Okay, just missed out on the damage there. Imagine if you got the 1 auto attack by staying on him. Ulti. E. W. We just had that 1 auto attack, but instead we clicked away from him. Ulti, E, W, Q, auto attack. Oh, congratulations. Ooh. I don't want to be that guy, but Conqueror also really hasn't done much this game. At least I haven't seen it. Maybe I'm missing it, though. I haven't really been paying attention. But a Fleet of Footwork's not bad against targets like Xayah and LeBlanc, where they're going to be going in and out a lot. Fleet of footwork, just the movement speed. And then obviously you're getting the laning power. Okie doke, so we found ourselves into a side lane. I don't know why the hell you TP. It's like, you want to have that TP up for anything that happens on the top side. Because your J4 is resetting, where's the J4 going to go? To the top side. You could also come to Dragon, but if they play for top side, it's fine, because you guys don't need Dragons. We have a Kassadin Gangplank. So if they just get this, drop Rift Herald mid, top, anywhere, we're good to go. So save the TP, just walk to this lane. LeBlanc, or Gnar's not going to crash the wave before you get there, so it's all good. And then if you're TPing to kill him, like one kill doesn't end the game. Winning a team fight and getting the objectives does. So here we are, and you don't even fucking attack the Gnar. Like, why did you TP? What's the TP for? If you're not ulting onto the Gnar right there. Scared the poppies there? Like, should have walked a lane. Okie doke, so they attack mid. Respond to it. Here's their half-ass attempt. Whenever these fights are happening, so you get knocked up, and you E nothing. This sort of like movement where you click over here, the same way like you click randomly up here. Just stand your ground and watch the fight. Don't have these like innate defensive pings. The same sort of pattern from the laning phase plays out like into the fights as well, which is why it's so important to get it down. Never stops being relevant. Okay, you could stopwatch that if you wanted to. So like as the Rakan's coming in, you stopwatch, and then we wouldn't take so much damage, and then maybe we just ulti over that wall and then try to escape upwards. Because even if the LeBlanc chains, then you can still, you're still not taking damage from all these people on top of you. Oh fuck, and then that's Magi stacks in a shutdown, but our team cleans them up, they get Dragon, reset to a side lane, or take the jungle camps here. You have a J4, so honestly, just reset to the golems and then farm up. Actually, the J4 is dead. Huh, what should we do here? Probably still just that. Reset to the golems, farm the golems, go into the enemy blue side, farm the Gromp, blue wolves if they're there, and then the enemy's probably shown someone bot, farm the wave, and then reset up to top side. And then fight around Baron. If you reset mid, you're just farming with Kai'Sa. You want solo XP at all fucking cost. Oh nice, the Raptors would have spawned too. Yeah, you could have just done golems, Raptors, wolves, Gromp, reset, to Baron. If anyone pushed out bot or whatever, you could choose to go bot with the TP coming up and everything would be good. Your goal here is level 16. You guys just had the fight. It's not going to be a fight into reset fight. It's going to be fight, reset, farm, reset, fight. Or else the fight goes wrong. Hopefully this fight goes wrong to show you the truth, but... Okay. Ulti, W. There's the Zonias. Wow. Very slow on the ulti. Jesus Christ. I would be spamming it like no one's business right here. Because you're already facing this way, you know? They expect you, but... Like... Even though it's like 0.2 seconds or something, it's like be spamming that ulti immediately after the fucking Zonias. If this isn't EOS bread brain, like, ay. Kassadin's so overpowered on this fucking server for both the players playing it and against it. Like, so there goes the Magi stacks again, because this sequence of resetting into fighting is not the right thing to do. It's not the right time. Okay, so from the side wave, team fights mid, bot lane dies, enemy can't start Baron. How the fuck do we end up here? So what's the goal? Is it going to be a fight with everyone dead? So they're attacking the J4 and the GP. We're ulting over to it. If you're going to attack it, it better be through the fog of war. So like you ulti here and then ulti over here so that you can ulti here to here. This fight, they're going to keep chasing the GP. That's all that they see. And if they don't, you don't have a fight anyways, because it's not like you're going to go from here into all of them. And then you're really playing with them even though the GP's backed off. You don't F key to the GP. Maybe you see him on the minimap, but with this movement, probably not. And you don't ulti over the wall. Sets him up for a stun. Sets him up for more damage. Zhonya's the chain. So it's like spending so much resources. And we're only level 14. Like, we should at least be level 15. Imagine we have Zhonya's right here. We can actually get in there, kill one Zhonya's, and then keep it going. Oh. If we didn't lose the Magi stacks, Rakan does die there. Okie doke. Can they do Baron? Not really. J4 is fucking freaking out. There you go. Okay. You go in? Congratulations. I would have ultied over the rock and keep pulling the Gnar. Okey-doke. So they do Baron. You guys push. Take that. Take Dragon. Reset. Push down. Inhib mid. Bot turret. Bot turret. J4 fucking farming. What? Blue buff? Farming wolves. Gotcha, J4. Okay, so let's see how we play this last fight here. Okay, so we're waiting for J4, we're waiting for the wave, we don't have Baron anymore. Moving forward, Gnar engages onto the Nautilus, we ulti his ult. And you W the Gnar, you always want to be looking past the tanks, that's for sure. Getting the E slow onto them is good, but like, again, if you're standing your ground here, if you're standing your ground over here, Gnar can't attack you, you can look at the back line, move your camera to see them, and then see if you have an angle onto them. And then if you're upholding this position, it also forces them to like respect it, because if they keep moving forward trying to follow up on Gnar, then they move into a cast and that's going to ult onto them and they're fucking screwed. Because you have Zhonya's too and J4 is coming from behind, everything's good. But using the abilities on Gnar and then not holding your ground here, moving backwards, Zaya moved right up, you know, you're standing right here, ulti, bada bing, bada poop. And you have to move back into the fight. So then that cost one ulti just to get in. Ulti onto LeBlanc. Another ulti. Oh shit. They're all gonna die, but yeah, that's the main thing to work on from what I see is really standing your ground and not being too far back, because that too far back part where you have to move back in really ruins everything. Into the mid game. Yes, it's going to be a team deathmatch, but there's different times in which you need to go to a sideline to get level 16. When nothing, it's just, how the fuck do you identify this actually? It's like you fight, well, I kind of nailed it actually. You fight, reset, farm, reset, fight. It's not going to be fight, reset, fight, reset, fight, reset, fight, reset, fight on KASSADIN. Because even when you're farming, if your team fights without you, you show up and clean up, you know, it's not the end of the world, but you gotta end up in a side lane so that you get level 16 and carry the fucking game. So yeah, okie doke, hope that helps. You were the first one to do this, you know, through my personal coaching, so congratulations. Already bye. See ya. Bye.